What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SiteSwan Ask Me Anything session. I'm Justin, one of the co-founders here at SiteSwan, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to speak to all you guys on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Last Friday of August. No, that's not true, is it? No. We still have one more Friday left? Yes, we do. Okay, good. I was getting worried that summer was coming to a faster end than I would like it to. All right. We should have a decent number of people here today. You guys are piling in as we speak. I'd like you all to go to the questions tab. Let me know things are working. Say hello, say what's up, and start with a win like we always do. If you guys are new here, which I know at least some of you are, we always start these conversations off with hearing about your wins. Your wins could be a new client, a new prospect, a new attitude. It could be a new connection you made. It could be a new Facebook group you joined. It could be the fact that you went through the training videos already. It could be your marketing site's launched. It could be you just signed up today. Whatever your win is, post it now as a question. You're going to say, Justin, it's not a question. I know, that's okay. Questions is how we communicate because we have a private interaction here. You can share with us things, not worrying that the whole world is going to see it or that your other resellers are going to see it. You are welcome to share, and only myself and my moderators will be able to see what you write. I'm going to read off some of the stuff. I will not include last names. I will just read first names and share the good news. So let's get going. There's 25 of you here right now. I want to see some wins. The win can be anything. You're going to hear some other people's wins. And I think you are going to like what you hear because this is like my favorite part of the entire session. So let's go. All right, Roger's saying hello from Lily and Dean Company. Very cool, Roger. Mike was cold calling yesterday and got 2 good leads following up for a demo with them. One for mobile boat repair. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice industry. And the other for mobile mechanic. Very nice. Very nice, Mike. All right, Kevin got a referral this morning. Ooh, looking to present and close tomorrow. That's really, really cool. I'd love to know, Kevin, what industry is it? Do we have a theme for it? We must if you're looking to present it and close it tomorrow. That's really cool. Tina got her first dentist. Well, no, a dentist. I'm not sure if you mean like you went to the dentist, you found a good dentist to go to, or this is a story of getting a dentist client. And Tina's almost a dentist, currently taking boards and starting up. Oh, an almost dentist. Okay, I'm going to decipher this stuff before I read it out loud. Tina seems to have gotten a dentist client who's not yet a dentist, currently taking the boards and starting up. I love it. It's a great time to swoop in and help them. Okay. Jamie's got a question we'll answer. Chelsea has signed on 2 more new clients after weeks of trying to get them to sign on. That's awesome. We did not give up, and they finally made the jump. So that's 6 websites since we started with SiteSwan. Very nice, Chelsea. Very, very nice. Roger has about 4 or 5 leads, and one lady he met at Tractor Supply who really needed help with the website. Look at that. So you're just like moseying through Tractor Supply, doing your own shopping, and came across somebody? Roger also got a demo going for the website. That's awesome. Very, very cool. All right. I like these wins. Kevin also talked to a yoga client yesterday who he originally spoke to back in 2023 when he was doing WordPress sites. Womp womp. She reached out to him. He's sure it's going to be a new client soon. That is awesome. Very nice. Another one from Kevin. Navigated out of revision hell. You know the best way to navigate out of revision hell? Well, I don't know. Has anyone been there? Has anyone been to revision hell? You get one out of like every 30 or 40 clients who's just like, can we change this again? Can we change this again? Go back to that. It does happen from time to time. And the way out of that is to say, I'll be happy to make any more edits you need after we launch the site. Chelsea's like, yep, I got one. Jeff's got 2 new clients, a log home builder and handyman service. Ooh, log home builder could be fun. We don't have a theme for that, but that could be a fun thing to build. Lisa sold 3 sites her first week, all for the same business. 3 for the price of 1 and 160 for all 3 monthly. Wow. Very, very cool. Very cool. And that's the first week of selling, Lisa. Bravo. Bravo. All right. I love these wins. I love to hear them. You guys are all doing a fantastic job. Now, we are here because you guys got some questions or you just want to hear other people ask questions. That's perfectly fine too. Ahead of time, several of you have submitted questions. I got questions from Peter, from Kevin, from Eric, from Usha, from Vincent, from Michael, Linton, from NovaWebs, which I think is Tina. NovaWebs, Tina. I think so. Brian and Antoine. So we're going to plow through these because some of them are really, really good. Okay. I'm going to try and stick to an order of operations. So I want to give, by the way, I want to give preference to people who did submit their questions ahead of time. Okay. I know that it takes focus and commitment to, preparing ahead of time. I want to reward you with that by making sure I get to your questions first, but I promise to go as fast as I can through these so that everyone can get their questions answered, regardless if you submitted questions ahead of time. You ready? On your mark, get set, go. Here we go. Peter would like to sell reputation management. Excellent. But I don't know how it works in action. Problem. I think if you made a video tutorial on prospecting for or identifying ideal prospects, what to say to them, overcoming objections, what are the next steps after they agree to purchasing reputation management, clarifying where the reviews are left, and how to get people to leave the review. Is it a widget that will present the review section or page? Is it more difficult if it's not one of my website clients? I have a decent grasp of the concept, but I can't seem to figure out the entire process, how it all plays out. Well, let me tell you, Peter, we just so happen to have a video on this. And let's mosey on over to the SiteSwan YouTube page and let's look for videos that have reputation management in the title, which I could do a search for, but let's just look. Let's look. Here it is. Selling reputation management. There's a reason why it's got over 6,000 views because we break it down in great detail how the whole process works. I'm going to give you a really quick overview of it today, but this here is the video you're going to want to watch. If you are someone who wants a direct link to this video, type rep management, and one of my moderators will locate this link. Let's test them out. We'll locate this link and copy and paste the link and send it to you. All right, so let's do that. In the meantime, though, I'm going to give you a really quick overview, a little condensed version of this so you understand what's going on here. So for those of you who are not familiar with this idea of reputation management, the concept is that every business can benefit from having positive reviews about their business online. And not many businesses are up to date with what's being said about them online because all customers are looking at reviews before making a buying decision locally. I don't care what you think or say. That's what's happening. So reputation management is an add-on service built into SiteSwan that allows you to help your clients stay on top of what's being said about them online. That's part one. And also collect more 4 and 5 star reviews and minimize the 1, 2, and 3 star reviews. That's part two. So part one is staying on top of what's being said. Part two is getting more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. So what you would do in order to sell this is connect their Google business profile page and or Facebook and or Yelp and click generate free sample report. The free sample report is going to look something like this. It's going to tell you the average star rating, total reviews, reviews broken down by star rating, and reviews broken down by source. This is what you use to sell the service to any business. I don't care how many reviews they currently have online. I don't care what their average star rating currently is online. Very few people have a sense of what's being said about them in real time, and this is going to solve that for them because this is an email that can pop in their inbox every single day, giving them the latest and greatest of what's being said about them. Each review can be viewed or shared. This alone is not only what's used to sell the service, but this alone can actually justify the entire 99 to 149 you decide to charge your client because the reporting that this provides is that valuable. But the second part of the service is a review request form, which is a smart form that's going to optimize the number of 4 and 5 star reviews that get through. What do I mean? This is a small copy and paste block of code that you're going to add on to your client's site, preferably on a new page called Leave a Review, and it's going to generate a form that looks like this. Now, if the client clicks 4 or 5 stars and fills out this information, they're going to be sent to a second page that's going to immediately push them to Google, Facebook, or Yelp to leave the review publicly. But if they submit 1, 2, or 3 star reviews instead, they're going to be presented with an option to connect privately with the business owner so that they can get their issue resolved, which will benefit everybody. They'll get the proper response they want, and also the business will get a chance to perhaps convert that 1 or 2 or 3 star reviewer into a 4 or 5 star reviewer. So this is a service that helps everybody achieve maximum results to optimize the customer service experience. It's a two-part service. It's all done from your dashboard. It costs additional. This is $14.99 per client per month, but you will easily find a service like this will sell for $99 per month and up. Okay? Watch the video and you will get the rest of the blanks filled in. I'm certain of it. And if not, submit a support ticket saying, hey, you left out these things. Then maybe we'll record a new video on it. Kevin said, is there a way to clone or add a section from website theme A to website theme B? So if I wanted one of the sections from the web design theme and I wanted to add it on the digital agency theme, how can I do that? Is there a easy way to do that? So we don't allow you to move stuff from one site to the next, but I just want to see if I can help you navigate this, Kevin, a little bit easier because sometimes this does come up. So he's saying, hey, look, I'm using the digital agency theme. Okay. But there is something from the web design theme that I really do like. And I want to be able to bring that over into the agency theme. So we have digital marketing agency theme, we have web design theme. So here's what I would do. I would actually create a site using the web design theme. Okay. And I happen to have a site like that already somewhere. Here it is. So this is based off of that theme. Okay. I could have created a new site with that theme. I decided to just show you a site that was already created with that theme. So let's say you're like, oh, I really love uh I don't know, I love this post. Okay. So what we can do is we can edit this post and we can do a couple of things. The first thing is we can identify this to be an image section. So what does that mean? On your other site, you're going to add a new section and call it image. Sorry, you're going to select the image option and click add to site. That's your first step. You have now added a new post to the other site that is using the same functionality so that you can replicate this. Okay. Now we go into edit and you're going to see that this image is being selected. If I click replace image, it takes me into my image gallery, which will allow me to get the full size version of this photo. So I'm going to look for the photo that's got the orange check mark on it. I'm going to zoom in on it and then download the image. Once I download this image, then I can just grab it and upload it to my other site. Okay, so that's step 2. We've done that. Now we're going to take a look at some of our settings here. First of all, I'm going to copy and paste this text. I'm going to copy and paste this text, title, description. That's easy enough. I'm also going to acknowledge the fact that I have a button that says get started now. Okay. My stuff is left justified. And if I go to the style tab, you can quickly see which layout we're using, which is layout number 4. It's a left justified image with the title above it and the text next to it along with the button. My image settings are set to a half. I have no cropping on the image. And I have some row height, which I can adjust as need be. Full width is also turned on. So what I would need to do is basically have this open in one window, have my other site open in another window, and replicate it like this. I don't have a faster way for you to do it, but this is pretty efficient in the sense that you'll be able to replicate word for word, pixel for pixel, exactly what appears here. Okay? Okay. Next up, we got great questions, by the way. Eric. Actually, I'm going to come back to Eric in just a minute because I had something. Actually, can I do it now? Let's see. Let's see. Can I answer Eric's question now? Let me see. Eric had a good question. I just want to make sure I can answer it right now, right here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Yes. Nice. Thank you, Tom. All right. So let me get this site loaded up because I'm going to show you guys something pretty cool. This is actually a really good design question somebody had. I've never demoed this before, so I was a bit unprepared. So I had to ask for some help very last minute. So let me just get this pulled up and I will read off the question that we got. All right. That's pulled up. Bingo. All right. Here we go. Um, oh, that was somebody else's question. That was Usha. All right, whatever. Let's do Usha's question now. Usha said, "Is it possible to design something like?" And she attached an image where the images flow onto another section. So I'm going to see if there's a way for me to show this all to you of what Usha sent us. And I'm going to do a little quiz with you guys. Who knows how to do this? This is I would say, an advanced trick. We don't have a solution for it out of the box. It's kind of an advanced trick. I want to know who might be able to tell us how this is done. What's going on? All right, check this out. Is it possible to do something like this, where the images flow onto another section? Does anyone know how to do this? Does anyone know how to do this? Post it as a question. Nope, Kevin. Not Parallax. Mike does. Oh, let's hear it, Mike. Give us in a few words how to do it. Let's see. Does Mike know? Does Mike know? Sorry, I took it down for a second. It's this. Oh, Kevin, no. Nope. I'll give it 5 more seconds and I'm going to demo it. All right, Mike says I would create a separate image in Canva and replace it as the background. Yes, I'm looking for a little more detail, but yes, that is essentially what you're going to do. Okay, so let me demo this. So what's happening is, I just had it. Here it is. All right, so let's take this site as an example. Okay, and uh, we have a locksmith theme. I just want to show you the before. Okay, and let's show you the before site is here. So this locksmith theme has these vertical images. Okay, and that is what we are going to modify, and I'll show you how. So as we scroll down on this site, you're going to see, oh, ooh, what's that? Ah, we're doing exactly what Usha said. And I will show you how this is done. Okay. So when I edit this image, you are going to see that there is, in fact, just like Mike said, there is a background image. Okay. There is a background image. And the way this image works is a little bit, you might be a little surprised by how this works. But this is an image that has white on the top and transparency on the bottom. White on the top, transparency on the bottom. What's cool about that is that if I were to change the background color of the post underneath it, okay, like I want to go from black, let's say I wanted to go to blue, okay. If I wanted to do this and you're going to say, oh, well, now it doesn't align, doesn't match, doesn't look as good. That's okay. I can actually modify the background color on this post to be the exact same thing. And just like that, this bar that stretches up into this area now turned blue, just like the post underneath it. So it is a relatively simple thing of building an image that's literally a white rectangle and then a blank rectile underneath it. Rectile? That's a rectile, like a reptile? Rectangle. So white on top, transparent on the bottom, and then save it as one image. So the image itself will have white and then nothing on the bottom. You're going to upload that as a background image on the post that is directly above, in this case, the post you're looking to kind of blend it into, and you're good to go. I think this looks really, really awesome. It's a cool little design hack. It'll take you 5 minutes, but it might be something that is worth playing around with. So thank you, Usha, for that really great question. I think that is a cool experience. And thank you to my team for helping me out with getting this showcased. All right. We have Eric's question now. What is a good and timely way to reward a current client for a referral? The best thing I could do, best thing I could say is that you want to make sure the site is launched first. Whoever referred you, that new site, you want to make sure it's officially launched. And then once it's launched, you go back to the person who referred you and say, hey, I just want you to know you set me up with this really great relationship with this client. Here's the site we did for them. I hope you like it. And as a thank you, I would like to waive your next month or next 2 months, or I don't know how generous you feel, monthly fees as a thank you for bringing me this client. I've done as much as 2 months, as little as 1 month. I don't think you need to go much beyond that. But if the person, if the person bought a 12-page site from you and they spent over $1,000, I don't know, maybe you can justify a little bit more. But ultimately, people like making referrals to businesses that they like, and they just like seeing the end result and knowing that that person was taken care of. That's really what they want. They don't want to be compensated, but it's just like a nice bonus. You don't really have to go above and beyond with that kind of thing. And in order to facilitate the discount, what I would do is I would go. So there's two different ways to do it. You can actually cancel their subscription and then reactivate it. Or you can go into Stripe directly. So you can log directly into Stripe, find the client subscription, and then assign a discount to that client that's only good for 1 month or for 2 months, so that it would basically zero out. So if you're charging 99 bucks a month, you make a discount that's $99, have it apply to only one future payment or two future payments, and then you are done. All right. Eric says, how do we replace the stock reseller examples? And we're referring to the this right here on the marketing website with sites of our actual portfolio as we build out sites. Um, Let me just make sure I'm reading that right. How do we replace the stock reseller examples with sites we have already completed to show our actual portfolio we build? Okay. Or is it something we would prefer to hold closer to the vest as we sell demo sites first? I do not see a manner in which to present a real world example for my local area and would hope that a person could click on that and see the actual site we've built. Okay, fine. So website examples, we do in fact generally we do use theme designs for this, but you can customize this with your own image. And the way we do that, the best way to do that, admittedly, is a two-step process to get the exact same look and feel of these images. So what's happening here, and this is, um, we were just talking about this morning. We're like, I wonder if there could be an easier way to do this for people. But here we go. You ready? Here we go. Let's do it together. So let's say you sold a site to a client. I'm trying to think of the absolute easiest way to showcase this for you. We're gonna pull up the site in our browser. Now, I found this really cool tool. It's a Chrome extension. It's called Go Full Page. And what it's going to do with one click, it's actually going to screenshot my entire page, the entire site from top to bottom. And it's going to generate an image for me. And that image is then something I could bring into my favorite photo editor, like whatever, Canva. This is the image. So I can download this image and bring it into Canva. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look to get a square image out of this. So I'm going to download this, load it into Canva. I want to get a square image. We are using square images in the examples section. Where am I? Examples section here. So what you will do is basically take the width of this image, which I think, here it is. So the width of the image, does it tell me what it is? No, but I can download it and I can tell you what it is. Download the PNG. All right. So it looks like this is about 1440 width. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to crop it down so that it's 1440 height. So it's 1440 by 1440. That is the secret to how this works. Once you have that image, let me see if I have a, let's see if I have a crop tool built in. I don't think I do. Do I? I don't know. No, I don't. All right. It's a very simple crop. I don't have Canva open right now, but it's a very simple thing of just creating the square image. I'm gonna show you a real quick version of it because I'm just using a screenshot right now. Dun, 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 dun. I want to show you the entire thing the best that I possibly can. Boy, I think I need glasses. All right. Save an image. So now I want to go back to my site and I'm going to edit this section and I'm going to add an image. I'm going to grab the image that I just saved to my desktop right here and I am going to select it. And then what I'm going to do, since Eric wants to make sure that people can actually see this site, I'm going to link it up, which is not something you have to do, but it's something I'm going to do in this scenario. So I click OK, it gets added to the bottom. I'm going to drag it up to the top since it's my most recent work. That sounds logical. And then I'm going to modify this so that it doesn't enlarge, but it links. And I'm going to find this URL for this site that I built. Let's pretend it's a live site. And I'm going to paste in the URL and I'm going to click OK. So now I could see this looks just like my other sites. And when I click on it, it'll take me to that site to see it live. So that's how you go about it. It's a little bit of a two-step process because you got to download the image first. And again, this is called Go Full Page. And guys, this is a really cool tool if you ever wanted to demonstrate for someone the before and after. So like a couple times we've done this. I just found an old example on my desktop that I'm just going to try and show you real quick. Every now and then you're going to have like a really, really, really kick butt design thanks to our themes that came off of just total trash that the client had beforehand. And what it really makes for is a very compelling presentation. So we'll look at this. This is a before and after of a site that we designed. Okay. This was the before. Look how it fit in one little box. Okay. There was nothing to this site. And then this is the after. And we use the go full screen option to capture the entire site from top to bottom. And this is a great presentation to the client as a keepsake afterward to say, hey, it was great working with you. I just want to showcase something for you. Look at the transition that your site went through and you show them this. This is also great for social media purposes. So I always recommend when you have a site that looks like it's just limping along from one of your clients you're doing a redesign for, take a screenshot of it, document it, save it, and then go ahead and create a new screenshot for the new site, and you will have a great piece of social media content or even something that could go on your site. Next up, also from Eric, he's got a question about our new footer. So if you guys haven't noticed, we've gone through a slight revision here with the footer designs, and there are even more revisions coming. So get ready. But basically, he's like, hey, my client doesn't want any of this about information. They just want some basic info with the address and stuff like that, and that's it. We don't currently have a way for you to be able to reduce the footer to just, let's say, one column without it being off centered. We are working on that. We are working on actually a footer concept that would be one column versus two column versus three columns. So you could do several different things. And also, I'm giving this information to you guys because I love you all and you're here on a Friday afternoon. Most of you, it's afternoon. And I want to give you a heads up, okay? Pay close attention. This is a heads up. We are going to be doing away with this map in the footer. I'll tell you why. Because it's pretty cool. If you wanted still a map on, first of all, we're going to link up the text of the address to a Google map. And then if you wanted to, you can do this. You can use our new map function. And then you can edit this. This is a really cool concept you can do. Okay. I'm going to go full width on this. I am going to take out my title. I'm going to take out my description because I don't need it and then save that. So this is what you could do now in your footers if you wanted to. You can have the map right above the footer. This map won't be here. And then you've got, I think, a really cool looking footer. with the address all over here as well. They can click here to get a larger map, get directions, whatever they want. So something to consider. If you want to get really fancy, check this out. You could even apply a section divider to the bottom of it and then make it look like that. That's cool. That, my friends, is a pretty cool looking footer, if you ask me. You got to choose the right one that goes with this design that you got, but you can have a lot of fun with this. All right. So I've seen a couple of people already start to do this. By all means, hack away at it. It's going to be fun. All right. Let's move on. Vincent says, I'm less than 1 month old in SiteSwan, but I'm 73. I'm a bit lost on the technical side. I have questions about setup for new prospects and clients. I've spent a lifetime trying not to be a salesman. Any inspiration you can provide to help me and others get past their fears would be helpful. I do wish there was a team who onboards new folks like me that are easy to reach by phone. I find the support ticket method cumbersome and not as friendly or immediate. I would also love it if SiteSwan had a users group, a private Facebook group. That could be very helpful. Vincent, I have a lot of good news for you. First piece of good news is that we are now ready to coach you guys one-on-one. If you have not yet already had the opportunity to be coached one-on-one because you've maybe been with us for more than a couple of weeks, I would like you to type in coach into the questions box. And we are going to send you a link that allows you to book your one-on-one call with us so that we can do exactly this, Vincent, help you get over the hump of I'm not sure what to do in sales and solve for that. Specifically, we're going to introduce you to, if you're not already familiar with, if you are, then walk you through step by step the 14-day launch plan, which, guys, I cannot stop hearing good news from you guys about the 14-day launch plan and how it's working for you. And that really warms my heart because we put so much energy and time into this. The 14-day launch plan is your ticket to getting over whatever hesitations you have when it comes to selling websites and optimizes the likelihood that you are going to sell your first site in, yes, 14 days. So type coach if you want to have the opportunity to work one-on-one with us. There is no additional cost for this at this time. We simply want to help you succeed. The link is coming through. Actually, don't use that link. Hold on. Hold on. Mike, we're gonna revise that link. Hold on. All right. Clarence, hold on a second. Mike, look at what Brianna posted. We're gonna use that one. Meant to tell you about that. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna fix this, and fix this, and fix that, and fix that. All right. Hopefully you all have the correct link now. Vincent, just recheck the answer to the coach post that you made, and you will find the correct answer now with the correct link. All right. That is for you. Everyone, a lot of people come to us with very little sales experience, and the only thing I could say is this: you want to make money doing this, right? Get over your sales fears. Fears, okay, let's talk about that. Fear is just an acronym for false expectations appearing real. That's all that fear is. It's false expectations appearing real. What are you actually scared of happening if you call someone about a website? What's going to happen? What is the worst that's going to happen? I want you to write it down. What is the worst that's going to happen? Mike will tell you what the worst is going to happen because Mike's done a ton of cold calls, right? Mike C, I know you're here. You can be like, yeah, someone did this to me. The worst is far less intimidating, bad, damaging than I think you're imagining. Now I want you to write down the best case scenario. What is the best case scenario when you're doing cold calling? When you're doing social outreach, when you're doing warm outreach, when you're reaching out to people who already know you, when you're reaching out to strangers? What is the best thing that's going to happen. You're going to seal a deal and make recurring revenue for umpteen months or years because the clients who you sign up, they don't quit. They don't quit. As long as they like you and they like their site and it's performing for them and it's working as it should, which it's going to if you're using SiteSwan, they have no reason to cancel. And you will find your retention rate is going to be through the darn roof. I have a different Mike who chimed in is like, they'll say they're not interested or they'll hang up on you. We've all been hung up on at one point or another in our lives, right? Um, whatever the case may have been, it is not all that damaging to our ego. It's just a stranger on the other end of the phone. I will be as nice as I can when I say this. Um, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. It's just going to make you stronger. Mike says, another Michael. We got a lot of Michaels here today. Can you change the picture on the marketing website or make other changes to make it look more personal and eye-catching? Well, I think it's pretty darn eye-catching, but you can, of course, swap this out with anything your heart desires. Click Edit, go to Style, change out the background image with something else of your liking. It could be a different group of people in front of a computer. It could be someone who's really excited in front of their computer. It could be a computer. It could be these people doing a project or this or that, or you and your mother. It could be literally anything. What you want to make sure, though, is that it's an image that's going to convey a particular level of professionalism and expertise, and it's got to look clean. It's got to look neat. It's got to jive. What's really great about this image, just so you know, is that the not the objects, but the subjects of this photo are on the right side, allowing this text to work beautifully on the left side. So it balances it out. As if I wanted to keep this layout, but if I needed to, I could always just modify this so that I actually have everything center aligned. So to show you what that would look like, I change my layout to be center aligned. I could change it to be right aligned. So I would push it off to the side, off to the other side, or right across the middle and expanding the whole width. So depending on the photo that you select, you can adjust where the text appears to make it, again, complement the imagery and not compete with it. Okay? Linton says, consider this my win for the week and also my question. I'm just loving this business. Well, that's awesome, Linton. Linton got a client interested in a website 1 week ago. He presented the homepage demo for her family operated excavation business, and she's never had a website or used social media before, with her only advertising being a phone book ad over 31 years ago. She feels the wording needs to be revised. I explained it's already professionally written and that no changes are really necessary, but she's still adamant about rewording it. From your experience, what's the best way to handle situations like this where a client pushes back on professional copywriting? Linton, I don't know if I've ever experienced this. Who doesn't like to have a representation of their business that is superior to just layman's terms? I wonder, Linton, I wonder as I'm saying this, if perhaps she thinks that the people who she has as clients would be turned off by the professionalism of the way the site is written. The one thing that I would utilize to push back on it is to say, look, customer, I've optimized this content specifically for local search. If we start modifying everything about how the site is written, it's going to have to then sacrifice its ability to rise to the top of local search results for the terms that really matter for your business. You could, of course, copy and paste paragraph by paragraph, especially the larger paragraphs, because those are the ones that actually probably matter, into like a chat GPT and say, hey, rewrite this in a more casual tone. And then maybe give her like 2 or 3 examples and say, hey, what if I rewrote it like this? That's going to take you 5 or 10 minutes as opposed to weeks for her to actually take the time to revise it herself. Never, never, never wait for the client to do stuff. Always try and do it for them. That pushes the process along and prevents any delays in you starting to get paid. Okay? That's my suggestion there. Someone else asked about AI, and I will answer it with I think that your best bet is to leverage tools like what you are perhaps already using. Um, going to the chat GPTs, going to the Geminis, all that fun stuff to help you not only come up with revisions to the content that appears on the site, but also to come up with new wording for a new service they want to add. It wasn't too long ago. I had a client who was running a like a dog treat and like an organic dog treat business, and they got a new product line in. And he's like, "Hey, can you add this product line to my site?" I'm like, "Sure. Anything you want to tell me about it? It's organic." Okay, got it. So what do? You prompt a service like ChatGPT and say, "Hey, I got a organic pet supply company that is bringing this new organic line of products. It's called this. Help me write an introductory paragraph that introduces customers to the site to this product, explain its benefits, and make people want to get it." Presto changeo, you now have a nice little paragraph or two that you can add to the site to accompany the image he gave you, and that just saved you a lot of time. So that. There was a question I wanted to ask everybody today. Um, what was the question I wanted to ask? Gosh, if one of my moderators can tell me, I had a conversation with one or more of you, and there was something that I said, "Hey, we should maybe," or someone said to me, "We should ask this during the webinar," and I forgot what it was. TJ, maybe it was you. I'm not sure, but if you can think of it, post it for me, and I will create a poll out of it. Okay, back to where we were. Nova, which I think is Tina. Do you have any experience in setting up direct mail advertising? For example, I have a dentist opening up a new practice since he wants to send out the mail. I can make the design for her, but the mailing part seems very confusing. I would agree with that. Designing direct mail pieces, sending them out can be a bit confusing. I once was close with the owner of this company, but I don't speak to him anymore. But it's something that might be able to help you. The company's called Taradell. Know that I know the owner, very good guy. And what you could do is facilitate a campaign that you could drill down to a specific zip code or zip codes or segments of cities, really some really cool stuff. And then you produce these postcards and then they facilitate sending them out for you. It ain't cheap. Direct mail is not cheap, but it is something that can be very effective if you are consistent with it. And for a lot of small business owners, they're willing to put up the funds to get this in place. So maybe check them out. Also, can you discuss websites for cities? For example, I became friends with the Chamber of Commerce director in my city, and they're taking bids for a new website, but it seems like these types of websites are posted through a specific software. I'm not exactly sure. Are you familiar? I am very familiar. I'm very familiar. I've built probably half a dozen Chamber of Commerce websites going back as far as like 15 or 20 years. And each chamber of commerce is different. There are ones who are like, they have a whole staff and they're on top of things and they're like, yeah, I got, doing all these different things. I got this person in charge of events and that person in charge of collections and and they have their stuff together and they're going to need a site that's going to accelerate what they're doing. And that, generally speaking, you might, especially when it comes to like paying for events and stuff like that. That's like one of the big things. Like, I wish people just come to the site, pay for the event, get the ticket printed out, and then bring it to. Okay, then that I would probably suggest you just let them go in the direction of working with a company specifically that builds Chamber of Commerce websites. But if they're like a one person operation, an all volunteer operation without much commitment to stuff, and they don't really seem like they're going to go in that direction, but they just want something that's going to put their clients in a better light, then I'm not sure I'd recommend doing it on SiteSwan, although I have seen several people do it. And in fact, a couple of you here might have actually built sites for Chambers of Commerce on SiteSwan. But we have a sister company called idealdirectories.com, and I have seen a fair number of people build Chamber of Commerce websites using Ideal Directories. Now, is that what it's for? No, it's actually for building just a general local business directory website for your town or city you can feature local businesses on. And which, by the way, I got a video on this. It's a really cool way to generate leads for your web design business. And if you're interested in this, we offer our SiteSwan clients a hookup. so you can get taken care of with this. But this is a really cool way if you were committed to doing the Chamber of Commerce, you can maybe make this work for them because it has been done before. Brian says, can we process payments via ACH? So, Brian, I think to go directly into Stripe with that, we don't offer that functionality built into client billing, but technically, yes, I think they will let you do it. Um, Anyone else find that they would really love to accept a different form of payment that you currently cannot accommodate with that you you know what? That you cannot accommodate with Stripe? I would love for you to tell me, is it ACH? Is it something else? Put that in the questions, just that payment type, and then we can take it from there. Mark, would you be okay with me showing one of your chamber sites? If you are, just post the link as a question, and then we can um, share it with people. So Vince says PayPal. Mark, you said other payments. If you have another specific payment type you're looking to accept, I'll wait on Mark for the chamber website. And K says PayPal or Square. But that's more like payment processor. I'm curious, like payment type. Like ACH is considered like automatic check. I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically takes out from your checking account instead of from a debit or credit card. So I was curious with that. I would also consider PayPal a type of payment because PayPal can actually hold on to funds for you, and it almost functions a little bit like a bank. But I am interested in seeing if any specific types of payment you cannot currently accept. All right. If Mark decides to post one of his chamber websites, we can take a look at it. Brian, thank you. ACH is automatic clearinghouse. Thank you. Vince says Stripe takes longer to clear funds, especially at first. That is true, but only at first. Then it's going to speed up drastically. All right. Let's move on to the questions you guys are asking me right now so we can get everyone's questions answered. Here we go. Okay. Clarence is asking about the local prospecting tool and can we get email addresses? So currently the local prospecting tool does not give us email addresses for security purposes, but let's just see if we wanted to, I'll show you what I mean. So if we wanted to conduct a search, we get the business name, the address, the phone number, the website if they have one. We get to check their mobile site, view their SSL, no email address. But oftentimes, when you start visiting these business websites, you will often find the ability to locate an email address on their site or somewhere right off of their site. Sometimes on their Facebook page, other times in their contact page. If I do a Google search for this business, I can probably find their email address somewhere. The other way to do it is just as you said, call them. Say, hey, what's your email address? Watch how quickly they give it to you. It's one of the easiest things to acquire for a business, but we just can't do it for privacy and security reasons. Jeff wants to know, can we add two-step verification to our login page? You absolutely can. This is going to be for the entire dashboard. And the way you're going to do that is from the settings area, you are going to first ask us. That's what it is. Jeff, if you want to have two-step verification, you have to ask us. Let me see if I can do it right now. Can I do this right now? I wonder. Um, hmm. Gosh, I haven't done this in a minute. I'm trying to remember. Oh, wait a second. You have optional two-factor authentication already turned on. Let me remind myself how to do it. It's a great question. Let's go through this together while I completely blank. Hold on. We're going to do this together, guys. This is something I definitely would suggest you doing. I personally do this. I just set it up so long ago that I don't remember exactly how I did it. Oh, why can't I turn it on for myself? Hmm. 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 All right. Hmm. Gosh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see if this works. I have an article on this I can just point you to, but I feel the need to actually uncover the answer to this right now. Here it is. Go to the account settings screen. You're going to see two-factor authentication down here, and you can click Set up two-factor authentication. It is currently set up as optional for everybody. You will all see this down here, just not apparently not my account because it's a demo account. You are going to click this and then have the ability to go through a short process. If you want to know exactly what that looks like, you are going to do this. This article right here will walk you through step by step exactly what you have to do. I could have just done this to begin with. Why did I have to drive myself crazy? All right. Oh, you did it. Oh, aha. All right, Jeff. Someone beat me to it. So, um, okay, Jeff, you have. So wait, remind me now. Why am I feeling like such a dunce with this? So, do we not have this turned on for everybody by default? I thought we did. Hold on, folks. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the right information here. Brian, can you answer me on that if you happen to know? No, we don't. Okay. You have to ask us. All right. That's a key first step. You have to ask us to get two-factor authentication turned on. Just create a support ticket. Once you have done that and you said, "Yeah, I want two-factor," you have the option to make it optional or required for each user. By default, it's set to optional. So you'll see this here. You can click on this. You can set up two-factor and you're good to go. Whew. Wow, that took too long to answer. I got to get back into the game here. Sorry about that. Okay. Jamie. Jamie says, what are the pros and cons of ordering and paying for a customer's domain address? There are only pros. When you buy a domain name for your client, and we just did a webinar on this yesterday, it is the fast track to making sure you're going to get this site launched as soon as humanly possible. By securing the domain name on their behalf, you are not only going to minimize the likelihood that they're going to delay the launch of the site, but also you are going to ensure that the domain is never going to come up for renewal without getting renewed. That's one of the problems when clients own their own domain names is that they have a lot of expenses as a business owner. That one gets undetected, it expires, they didn't update their credit card, and then they're calling you at 3 in the morning saying, "Hey, why is my site down?" And you're panicking. You're like, "Oh my God, what happened to SiteSwan?" Then you realize, oh, their domain expired and they have to renew it. So that's how that works. Always, 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 when given the opportunity, buy a domain name for your client. And also, I would recommend that you don't upcharge for it, you just absorb the cost. Watch this video from yesterday, and you will get every answer you need about domain names. Next up, Tina's going back to that image I showed you guys of the, where is it? Did I take it out already? So that image that comes up in the background, it's pretty flexible with the size that you're going to do. You just want it to be generally wider. Like you're not going to do a little tiny itsy bitsy thing. You are going to have an image. Let's call it 1400 pixels wide, 1500 pixels wide. That's what you want to go for, and then just going to fill, half of it or a third of it, whatever design you want. It depends how much you want it to creep up that color up a portion of it be white and the rest not, just transparent. Kevin is saying, how are you creating the pop out images like the one on the agency theme hero section? I've done it and know how, but I don't know if your way is easier. What are we talking about? Agency? Oh, this one. Yeah. So this is just some Canva action. That's all this is. Going into Canva and having a little fun with this. So basically, you will, it's actually called a masking tool where you can actually mask out a portion of the image. You can also go with like the eraser tool and you can just do that as well. They have some really cool, what they call frames that you can utilize there and you can have some fun with. This is not critical to making this site look good. It's just something that we did to further spice it up for you guys, but definitely not something you need to do. What else do you all want to talk about? All right, Jeff's good to go on the two step. All right, let's talk about the Chamber of Commerce again. One of our clients, Mark, who's here with us, nice enough to offer what he's done. And I'll just quickly show you some of his work. So he's done a Chamber of Commerce for a chamber here on Long Island. And the big factors of a Chamber of Commerce website are going to be the directory. So what he's done for the member directories, he's created one page of the site and he's using, I think, the columns post, if I'm not mistaken, to generate these categories into different columns. And then for each of these categories, he's got a separate page of the site and he's using the image post to feature the logo or a primary image for the business, along with some basic details and a button that links to the church or the business's website. Okay. So that's what he's doing. So this is a considerable amount of work because you have to create all these individual pages for pretty much everything. But the Chamber of Commerce relationship is one you will never regret having because you get connected to so many businesses nonstop. A couple other factors that go into building a site like this is that I noticed that we have e-commerce here. So let's find where that is. Is it here? Mhm. Nope. Yes. Okay. So we're using the e-commerce built-in functionality to allow people to pay for their membership via credit card. So he's got a $55 per year pay by credit card option. It's right here. I can add it to my cart. I can check out, include my details, and I'm good to go. So that's what that looks like. Um, there's some other things like the chamber coupons and offers. There's some business resources. So it's clear that Mark put a lot of work into this. There's a newsletter section. These are some of the things you have to take into consideration. It's going to require some frequent updates. Mark, have you charged considerably more for this site than some of your other sites? Kevin's saying, is there a way to only have the e-commerce cart icon on a dedicated merch page? The icon is always going to appear because that's your cart, okay? But you don't have to have products on every page of the site. You don't have to have them on any page of the site. But as long as you have e-commerce turned on, you're going to see this cart icon. When it comes to charging for an e-commerce site, pretty much the rule is almost always double of whatever you would normally do. There's going to be substantial additional work associated with building an e-commerce site and maintaining it. So not only the upfront cost, but also the ongoing cost you have to take into consideration probably needs to go up because there's going to be additional work involved for you. All right, we're getting toward the end here of where I wanted to have this meeting length go. So why don't we take a quick minute to share with everyone else here one takeaway you got from today. Give me one thing that was helpful being a part of this session today, a question you heard somebody else answer, something you saw on the screen, something you heard said, anything in particular that stood out to you as something noteworthy. I want you to post it as a question. I'm going to read off a few of them so I know where you guys want to focus the conversations. Mark said, by the way, I live in the same area that the Chamber of Commerce is. I got my foot in the door. I know I undercharged. I got tons of exposure, more business. I'm able to get to speak on one with members. That's really cool. Being in the same room in the same place as members of the Chamber of Commerce is super. Mike said, never knew about two-factor authorization, two-factor authentication. We'll request that. Do you want to request it now? Just put 2FA and we will turn it on for you. It'll be optional, but you'll see the ability to do it. All right. Could we take care of Mike, please? Kevin said the portfolio display and the full page capture was something I wanted to learn how to do. Cool. I'm glad you got a chance to do that. Vince appreciates the one-on-one coaching. Good. I'm glad. Hope you book something soon. Brian said the Chrome extension discussion was helpful. Tamara appreciates the new and upcoming features. Go full page extension. The map section idea. Kevin wasn't aware of the new footer features or the map section. Chrome extension is cool to know as well. Two-step authentication. And then we had a last minute question. I forgot I had one. I have a couple of clients that just want their homepage to look like a landing page. Will there ever just be a theme for this? Right now, I'm just hacking pages to get this set up. Tina, tell me this. What type of business is it? How about this? Submit a support ticket with the direction you're going in for a landing page. I don't see a good reason why we wouldn't develop a theme or multiple themes for landing pages. It's just that our platform is about so much more than that. To take up one of your slots for just a landing page, I don't know. But hey, if that's what you want to do on the platform, then maybe we can help you. All right, this is one that I think everyone needs to hear, okay? And it's one of the reasons we're all doing this, whether we want to admit it or not. Mark, the gentleman who showed us the Chamber of Commerce website, he said, I'm actually in California right now, which is far from Long Island, on vacation, but I'm able to use my laptop and keep my business running from the hotel lobby breakfast area. That is why we are doing this, folks. That's why each and every one of you, I think, are involved in this business. Because you, like Mark, can travel across the country, service your clients, basically enjoy your time without worrying that the world is going to fall apart with their business. Do you think that someone who's cleaning gutters or doing carpet cleaning or doing roof repair or doing any of these other businesses you could have gotten yourself into would be able to get away and still get paid? And if they needed to, still work with their clients and service them and make money and close new deals? Mark could technically be meeting with other chambers of commerce while in California. He could literally make this a business trip. He could be talking to each and every business owner he comes across, making connections, getting referrals. And this could be a business trip for him if you wanted it to be. But the point is, you could work from anywhere, do whatever you want. And that's what this is all about, guys. Tina said, I want to be like Mark when I grow up. You know, I think it's helpful for us all to see what everyone else is doing here. And it's very easy to get in your own little bubble and think that you're the only person doing what you're doing, facing the things you're facing. That's why we do these sessions, because I want to make sure you all can understand you're not alone. We're here for you. Your other SiteSwan resellers are here for you. And that's what we're hoping you all can get out of this, in addition to some answers to questions. All right. So with that, I'm going to bid you all farewell. I want to make sure that you are well aware of the fact that this is being recorded. So what that means is that the moment I click end event, it's going to start a replay from the beginning. If you wanted to or needed to catch some stuff from the beginning, you definitely can go ahead and do that. I believe we'll be sending this out via email. We might even, I don't know if we put this on YouTube or not. I don't know. But the point is that we're here for you. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Oh, real quick. Don't go anywhere. I got a quick little poll for you. Quick poll, quick poll, quick poll. If there was a Facebook group, would you prefer it to be on um all right. I just posted a thing. If there was a I didn't mean to say Facebook, I meant to say reseller group. Ah, Justin. If there was a reseller group, it's a little bit leading the witness, right? If there was a Facebook group, would you prefer to be on Facebook? Uh go ahead and let me know. I'm looking seriously at school at the moment to know if that could be something that might work for us. Facebook school, something else you heard of, or you just don't care, you just want the group. Would love to know how you feel about that. Go ahead and submit that poll real quick for me. 7 of you have done it. The moment you submit it, you'll be able to see the results. So go ahead and do that. Those are trickling in. And if you, once again, if you have not but want to get involved with one-on-one coaching and get walked through some things on a one-on-one basis, not only can you type coach and get a link to book a call, in addition to that, if there's a support thing you're really jammed up on, you can ask us for a phone call on support. And we can and will be happy to walk you through a particular issue that is getting to you. So please don't be shy about that. If you ask, we will accommodate. We always prefer to do stuff via email because being able to have a written form of communication, a written record of the answer to your concern is super helpful to look back on, something that's impossible to do with a phone call. But for the things that you might just be struggling to communicate effectively via email, you can definitely reach out and we will be happy to do that for you. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Let's pop off for now. Thank you, everyone, so much. You've been great. Hope you have a great weekend. Remember, Fridays, weekends, great time to prospect, great time to win some clients, close some deals. Let's do this. Perfect time of year, by the way, also. Lots of kids are back to school, parents are thinking business, everyone's ready to sign up. All right. Catch you all later. Have a great Friday, nice weekend. See ya.